like a gamble, I pay the price. Thought I could handle something undefined. Give me a reason to.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be cutting my own hair. So yeah, I cut my own hair because I don't trust anyone to cut it because they always cut it too short and I always used to cry. So I thought it'd be interesting to show you guys how I cut my own hair. I thought it'd be something that you'd want to see if you did want to cut your own hair and you're worried to, or you've just gotten recently a bad haircut and you're like, F this, I'm going to cut my own hair from now on. But yeah, we'll jump right into it guys. So I'm going to show you guys how I cut my own hair. So if you're interested to see how to cut your own hair, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I washed my hair probably about half an hour ago. So it's kind of not super wet. I would have preferred to do it kind of wetter, but I had to put some makeup on for the purpose of this video. So I'm just going to get my spray bottle of water and I'm just going to start kind of spraying my hair. Just to make sure, you know, when it doesn't have to be soaking wet, but it needs to be wet enough to cut. So next thing you're going to need is just a brush, and I'm just going to start brushing my hair through. I brush from the ends up just because if you brush from the top you're going to knot your hair further. So we're just going to grab a comb and we're just going to do a parting. I'm just going to move it a little bit further back just so you guys can see everything. So I always have a centre part, so I'm literally just part your hair wherever you would normally part it. So if you have a side parting, just part it in a side parting, just so you're cutting it to what your kind of hair naturally would fall as. Right, the next thing I have are little clips. You don't have to have clips, hairbands are fine. Literally anything you have that you can section your hair with. And I'm kind of going to put my hair, I'm honestly not that careful with this. I don't know if you're supposed to be, but just kind of above like where the ear starts. Doesn't have to be super precise, but I'm just sectioning off that part. So the scissors I use, you're probably supposed to use fancy scissors, but I literally use any scissors that are around the house. Just make sure they're not super blunt because that's not going to cut your hair very nicely. Hairdressers will probably cringe at this, but yeah, it's always worked for me and my hair always looks fine. So I just kind of work out where I want to cut my hair. Just kind of look in the mirror and kind of measure out. Make sure you're not cutting off too much. I definitely start off with a smaller amount and then work your way up. So I'm just grabbing a towel and I'm just going to pop that on my lap just because you don't want hair to go everywhere, because it will get really messy and it's really hard to get hair out of stuff. So I'm going to cut off about ½ an inch. Literally just looking down at my hair and I'm just cutting it. Now that looks pretty straight, but I'm just looking in the mirror and any kind of different edges, I'm just kind of analysing it and going back and cutting any bits that I think don't look quite even. I mean, to be honest, when you're cutting your own hair, I don't think it's super noticeable if it's not 100% every single strand is the same, as long as it's pretty similar. So you can just see the difference there. This part is super kind of scraggly and this part is a nice kind of straight edge. So that's kind of what you're going for. This is the kind of cut I always do, it's just a blunt cut. Just because I'm not really interested in having layers or anything like that. If you would want layers, I would definitely go to a hairdresser just because that would be really easy to pick up. So I'm just going to go into the other side, and again, starting off small, you want to make sure these sides are matching. This is kind of the main issue. But after I cut my hair, I always just grab my flatmate or my boyfriend and just ask them, does my hair look alright, does it look straight? And they just let me know if it doesn't, and I can just go in and fix anything. So it's good to have someone on hand just to let you know if it looks up. So yeah, I've cut that side now and you can tell that this side is a little bit longer, so I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit more off. So they do look about equal. God, my hair feels really short. So then you're just going to go ahead and take the clips out. Okay, I'm just going to brush the remainder of my hair through. Right, now I know I'm cutting these in big chunks, like I literally normally just do it in 2 chunks. But that is just simply because I'm lazy, I don't want to section it. So I'm just going to kind of look where I've got, so my hair I've actually cut kind of there. I know it's quite hard to see. but I've cut it there, so I'm just looking to see my underlayer and just see where I've cut it. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut the top layer. Just brushing it through and literally just keep on looking in the mirror until it looks about right. And this just means I can cut my hair literally every couple of months, and this is more than I would normally cut off, to be honest, but it was looking very, very dead. But yeah, you can just go in every couple of months and just trim your hair, like the tiniest amount. And yeah, it's good. It means your hair well, my hair's been growing a little bit faster because I've been cutting off the dead ends. And the front part here, I haven't got a fringe, but I've got shorter bits. So I just brush it through, and this is where I don't cut it bluntly because it isn't a blunt cut. It would look super weird if this was just and the rest was long. It would look ridiculous. So I kind of just look down, kind of bring it out, and I look down at my hair and I cut into it with the scissors like that. So I just take the hair and I literally, right at the end, just cut into it. So it's not going to be a straight line, it's literally just going to be like kind of jaggedy edges, like how it would naturally be if the front part was just a little bit feathered in. So you're just kind of feathering. I want it to kind of look naturally shorter there. So now I just brush through this side and just make sure everything is the correct kind of length. Just making sure I'm happy with it. Just going to go ahead and brush the other side and literally do the exact same thing. So you can tell there isn't loads of a difference, but to me that is quite a big cut. But you can definitely tell the difference in length. So again, just brushing it through and cutting the ends straight. So I'm just looking in the mirror, just measuring up each side, because the last thing you want are different kind of lengths to your hair. So this definitely needs quite a bit more off. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that. Honestly, I say I want to get my hair cut like shoulder length, but I don't think I could ever do it. Because even right now I'm like, oh my god, I've cut off so much hair, even though I really haven't. So yeah, I'm just checking the hair, and I'm just going to do the exact same thing with the front. So I'm just going to get the shorter bits and I'm just going to feather them. And I'm really not taking a lot off the front because I want to grow out this weird like fringy part that I've got going on. I want it all one length, but I still need to trim it just because it gets very ratty and the dead ends really show. I am going to show you how I style my hair as well, just because once it is styled you can kind of check to see if you've got any little errors or any bits that need cutting further. So yeah, this is the cut so far. I'm just going to go ahead and blow dry my hair. I'm going to fast forward through it because it's going to be super loud, but yeah, I'm going to blow dry it and then I'm going to show you how I style it and how everything comes together. So for hair protector spray I use the Schwarzkopf Got to Be Guardian Angel 220 heat protector blow dry and flat iron. So I always use a heat protector spray just because the last thing you want to do is fry your hair. So I just coat my hair in that before I put any heat on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and blow dry my hair.
I always pay you now, back for round 2, but you're still face down, I can't get to you. I'm in the red, so cut to the gym.
Okay, so now my hair is dry, I'm just going to grab this Mason Pearson brush. It's just like a soft touch brush, it kind of gets rid of all the static. So I'm going to brush my hair through, make sure it's all dry, because the last thing I want to do is put straighteners on it when it has got a bit of dampness to it, because that is just going to wreck your hair. So I'm just going to grab my Babyliss Stylist tools, it's like a Babyliss Pro. And I'm just going to put it at 200 because I think this goes up to like 250 or something ridiculous, but that is way too hot, so I would never go higher than 200. And I'm just going to grab my Schwarzkopf hair protector spray and I'm just going to spray my hair again. And this is where we're kind of checking. I can't blow dry my hair straight. I don't know why, I just can't get the heck of it. So it is quite fluffy, as you can see, but it shouldn't take too long to style. And once it is fully straight, we should be able to see if our cutting went well. So again, I'm gonna skip through this part a little bit just because it takes me about a good half an hour to straighten my hair. So yeah, it's not something you need to watch, it's gonna be quite boring. But yeah, I'm gonna jump right into straightening my hair. So as I'm straightening it, I kind of look in the mirror and I'm just gonna kind of check everything looks good. So I can see there is even like a tiny hair out of place. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that. This is where you're gonna be a bit more specific with the cutting and just making sure that everything is kind of where it needs to be. So every layer, just going back in, making sure everything is where it needs to be. And if you have curly hair like me, I definitely would advise straightening it, just for the sake of the cut, just to make sure everything is straight, because when your hair's curly, it's super hard to determine whether or not it's kind of cut straight. So yeah, I don't kind of straighten my hair every day, but just when I cut my hair, I always straighten it afterwards, just to make sure everything is right. I think it looks pretty good. I don't think there's that many tweaks. I do think this side is a tiny bit longer, but I don't really want to cut any more length off, so I'm probably just going to leave it because, to be honest, I don't think it's going to be very noticeable. I'm really sorry, my memory card was full, so it stopped recording, so I'm not 100% sure when it stopped recording. But I basically just straightened my hair and I was just cutting bits off that I thought needed cutting. So yeah, this is pretty much the finished hair. I'm just going to apply a little bit of coconut oil, yeah, just to massage it in and make it a bit more silky and soft because we have put so much heat on it. So the coconut oil I use for my hair, to be honest, I just buy whatever coconut oil there is, but I believe I got this from the supermarket, I think Tesco. Raw, organic, extra virgin coconut oil, perfect inside and out for all your cooking and beauty needs, and it is vegan. And yeah, it is just 100% natural organic coconut oil. So I take, I would say like just under a pea-sized amount, so like a petit pois, like those mini peas. And I just warm it up in my hand, make sure it's all melted in, and I just run it through my hair like so. And just avoid the top of your hair because then your hair can look quite greasy. But I did actually do a coconut oil mask last night, so my hair's already still got a little bit of coconut oil in, even though I washed it. Some of it always stays in, so I'm not adding too much. It's just to silk my hair down and make it feel nice and soft. So yeah, this is the finished hair. I think it went pretty well. This is quite a big cut for me, so it's going to be weird getting used to it, but it will honestly grow back in a couple of months and then I'll need to cut it again. But this is just a great way to cut your own hair if you don't want a lot cut off and you don't want to spend like £40 or however much it is to get your hair cut when it's just the tiniest amount. So yeah, I really hope you found this video helpful. I hope you kind of cut your own hair and you'll do it with confidence. It is kind of tricky, but it isn't at the same time. As long as you're really careful and just cut a little bit off at a time, you'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a big like, because then I know that it's something you enjoy watching. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.
You're like a gamble, I'll pay the price. Thought I could handle something undefined. Give me a reason to raise the stakes, 'cause I can't walk away. You keep taking the upper hand and you're leaving me exposed. I don't think I stand a chance when you
Boom! I feel that. Guardian Angel 222